Hello students, today we will learn the next illustration number 13. See the illustration. Following is the profit and loss account of Mr. Sachin. Compute his gross total income. Salaries and wages 20,000, rents and taxes rupees 15,000, advertisement rupees 8,000, interest on capital 5,000, depreciation 6,000, bad debt 8,000, local tax on let out property 10,000, sales tax 6,000, income tax 9,000, wealth tax 10,000, addition to office building rupees 40,000, donations 15,000, gross profit 2,31,000, bad debt recovered not allowed earlier 2,000, rent from house property 24,000, interest on fixed deposit 8,000, dividend from Indian company 5,000, winning from lottery net value 14,000. Following information is available. Salary includes rupees 6,000 to Mr. Sachin. Advertisement includes rupees 3,000 spent on neon signboard. Depreciation actually allowable is rupees 4,000. Sales tax of 10,000 for the previous year 2018-19 as paid in the previous year but not included in the above profit and loss account. Actual amount of bad debt written off during the year is rupees 7,000. Opening stock 50,000 which was undervalued by 20% by Mr. Sachin. So with this information we have to compute the gross total income. So this is a simple illustration. You have already worked out the similar adjustment. So the new adjustment here only one is wealth tax. So this is nothing but disallowed expenses. So rest are same. This one is a homework for you. You have to work out. Wealth tax is not relating to business. It should be cancelled from a business expenses. It is not relating to business expenses. So we have to cancel. So rest are the same. You have to work out. This question is asked for the year 2014 year. 16 marks question. And one more, sales tax is nothing but GST 6,000 and sales tax of 10,000 for the previous year 2018-19 as paid in this previous year but not included in the above profit and loss account. Means it is also like a GST of 10,000 which is paid in the previous year relating to the earlier previous year, not included in the above profit and loss account. Allowable expenses not allowed so far. Simple illustration. Try to work out this illustration. Okay. Next, see the illustration number 14. See the illustration. From the following profit and loss account of Srimati Rajeshwari for the year ended 31st March 2020, compute her taxable income from business and her gross total income for the assessment year 2020-21. They have given profit and loss account for the previous year. See the debit side. Rent rupees 24,000, salary to staff for rupees 90,000, general charges 8,000. Interest on loan to purchase machinery 4,000, proprietor salary 15,000, bad debt 1,300, reserve for bad debt 2,800, reserve for GST 6,000, income tax 12,000, interest on capital 2,000, municipal tax 2,200, LIC premium 3,600, donations 15,000, entertainment expenses 10,000. Legal charges 8,000, credits dividend from Indian company 12,000, dividend from foreign company 8,000, rent 36,000, profit from smuggling 10,000, profit on sale of machinery 5,000, interest on bank deposit 2,000, discounts 1,800, refund of income tax 4,200. Next, see the additional information. Salary to staff includes 10,000 paid to watchman employed at home. General expenses includes rupees 1,000 for distribution of gift on the occasion of her daughter's birthday. The assessee carries on a business in a rented premises, half of which is used for her residence. Donation includes rupees 8,000 given to trade association to fight against nationalization of types of business carried on by assessee. 7,000 was given to approved educational institution. Depreciation allowed under the Income Tax Act is 12,000. Assessee paid rupees 30,000 to a seller in cash. Profit on sale of machinery is a short-term capital gain. So with this information, we have to compute the business income from business as well as the taxable income from business as well as GTA. Now see the debit side of profit and loss account. We'll see which are the allowed business expenses and which are not disallowed business expenses. So under that, first one is rent. Rent rupees 24,000 allowed, salary to staff allowed, general charges allowed, interest on loan to purchase machinery is taken as allowed business expenses relating to business it is. Proprietor salary is not relating to business, it has to be cancelled, disallowed. Bad debt is allowed, reserve for bad debt. all the reserves are disallowed. So reserve for bad debt disallowed, reserve for GST also disallowed, income tax is not relating to business disallowed, interest on capital also disallowed, municipal tax is it is paid relating to house property, municipal tax which is paid on a house property, so it is disallowed. LIC premium also taken as a disallowed, donations, personal expenses, it is disallowed, entertainment expenses also, entertainment expenses allowed, legal charges is allowed. Then on credit side, dividend from a Indian company is not relating to business, dividends is not relating to business, so we have to cancel dividend from Indian company as well as foreign company we have to cancel. But here we have to compute the gross total income. So while computing the gross total income, dividend is taxable under the head other source, section 56. So dividend from Indian company is under the head, so under the head other source, dividend from Indian company is exempt, dividend from Indian company is exempt. So under the head other source, dividend from foreign company is taxable. Okay, 8,000 value he has to pay a tax. Okay, only the dividend from Indian company is exempt. Then rent is given on the credit side, means rent received. This is a rent paid, this is a rent received. So rent will be received from a house property, so this is not relating to business and it is taken as a house property income. It should be taxed under house property while computing GTA. The next one is profit from smuggling. Profit from smuggling is not relating to these businesses. It is smuggling means it is a illegal. It is a illegal businesses. So here this assessee is engaged in the illegal business, illegal way of maybe importing, maybe transporting of goods so from that if he earn any income, so that is known as profit from smuggling. So this is not taken as a income relating to this business. Okay. It is not relating to a particular business what we are calculating. It is a illegal business, but here it is not taken as a income, and while calculating the business income it is taken as a income to be treated separately. But here on this income the assessee has to pay a tax for the smuggling under the head business income only, under the head business income. For this income separately he has to pay tax, because here any kind of income earned by assessee is taxable. So if it might be a legal income or illegal, it is a income from legal business or illegal business, all the income will be taxed. The assessee income tax will be levied on all the income. It might be legal income, legal business income or illegal business income. So on this income he has to pay tax under the head business income. Means after computing the business income we have to add this 10,000 while calculating the GTA. Okay, so this profit from smuggling is not relating to this business, so we have to exclude once. Later we'll add while computing the GTA under the head business income. Next, profit from sale of machinery. It is not relating to a business. It is a profit received from a sale. It is nothing but capital gain. So this is not relating to business income, so we have to cancel. Then interest on bank deposit. So interest income is received from a bank deposit. So it is not relating to business. It is taxable under the head other source. So the businesses receives a discount, means it is a business income only, so it is taken as a business income, and it should be there on the credit side of a profit and loss account of a business. Then refund of income tax is not relating to business, so we have to cancel, and it is not even the income from other sources. So only one treatment for this. So next we'll see the additional information. Salary to staff included 10,000 paid to a watchman employed at home. So here they have given salary to staff 90,000. In that 10,000 value is relating to the salary paid to the watchman who is employed at home. It is nothing but it is his personal expenses. So salary to staff includes one of the personal expenses of a assessee. So this should be cancelled from our net profit. So that is a disallowed expenses. We have to add it to the net profit. Then general charges includes 1,000. So here they have given general charges 8,000. In that 1,000 is relating to distribution of gifts on the occasion of her daughter's birthday. On the occasion of daughter's birthday is relating to personal expenses. So one of our personal expenses is included in the general expenses of a business, general charges of a business. So it is a disallowed expenses. We have to cancel from our net profit. It is included here, so we have to cancel by adding to the net profit. Then assessee carries on a business in a rented premises, half of which is used for her residence. So here assessee carries business in a rented premises. So half is used for resident, half is used for business. Means here the person total rent paid how much? 24,000. In the 24,000 we have to take 50% is allowed, and the remaining 50% which is used for the his residence is taken as a disallowed. Okay, so that is 24,000 into 50% is we have to take it as a disallowed expenses. Next, donation includes 8,000. So here they have recorded the donation of rupees 15,000. In the donation it includes 8,000 given to a trade association. So the donation includes 8,000 given to a trade association to fight against nationalization of a type of business carried on by the SSC. So trade association is relating to the employees. Trade association means it is relating to the employees of a businesses. So the donation given to the trade association is taken as a business allowed expense. So this donation is allowed. Then and again one more donation out of total how much? Total 15,000, 8,000 is given for trade association and 7,000 is given for the educational institution. So here only 8,000 is allowed. So out of 15,000 donation, 8,000 is allowed. So trade association is allowed. It is relating to employees of a business. It is allowed, and 7,000 which is given to approved education institution is disallowed. So only 7,000 is disallowed. Okay. So here donation actually we have to take disallowed expenses, but here in this 15,000 there is a 8,000 allowed, so we have to deduct the 8,000 allowed, and the remaining is taken as a disallowed donation while taking the donation amount. Only the 7,000 is taken as a disallowed. Next point, depreciation allowed under Income Tax Act is rupees 12,000. So actual depreciation allowable is 12,000. Now we have to check whether the depreciation is recorded on the debit side of profit and loss account. So no. So we have what we have to do? We have to record under allowable expenses not allowed so far. So that is a depreciation actually allowable as per IT Act 12,000. Then SSC paid rupees 30,000 to a seller in cash. So here the SSC has paid rupees 30,000 exceeding 10,000 in the form of cash to a seller. Means SSC has purchased and to a seller means what? SSC has purchased. So under purchases 30,000 is included. From a seller SSC has purchased. So for that to a seller they have made a 30,000 payment in cash. Means it is included in the purchases, but here they have not given the purchase. Means it is included here gross profit and as well as included in the net profit. Assuming it is included in the net profit, so the payment exceeding 10,000 in cash is included in the purchases. Assuming it is included in the purchase, because here they have given SSC paid 10,000 to a seller. Seller means what? From whom we are purchasing. So that person is taken as a seller. So the amount is included in our business purchases. So this 30,000 is taken as a disallowed expenses. The payment exceeding 10,000 in cash is disallowed. Then profit on sale of machinery is taken as short-term capital gain. So this profit on sale of machinery is taken as a short-term capital gain, and on this 5,000 he has to pay taxes under the head capital gain. Now we will work out the solution. With the help of this information we have to compute the taxable income from business as well as GTA. So now we will work out the solution. Now we will work out the solution. Write the heading computation of taxable business income of Srimati Rajeshwari for the assessment year 2020-21. 3 columns, particulars and 2 amount column. We will write net profit as per profit and loss account, that is equal to rupees 1,04,100. Next we have to write the disallowed expenses. We will see one by one the disallowed expenses. First one is the rent. 24,000 is given. Relating to rent there is adjustment. The SSC carries business in a rented premises, half of which is used for her residence. So here rent paid is given. So because they have paid a rent because they are carrying business in a rented premises, so SSC has paid a rent. So in that rented premises they are using 50% for business and 50% for residence. So the part of residence we have to disallow. So the rent paid for the residential purpose we have to cancel. Residential purpose. So how much total rent paid is 24,000. In that 50% is used for the business and rent paid for residential purpose is 50%. So that is 12,000 is the rent paid. Next is salary to staff. In the 90,000 they have included the 10,000 value paid to a watchman salary. So write salary to watchman salary to watchman is included in the salary, so that we have to cancel. So the value how much? 10,000. This one you can write salary to staff includes salary to watchman, like that also you can write. Then general expenses 8,000 is given. So general expenses include 1,000 for the distribution of gift, that is for personal use. So general expenses include general expenses include expenses for distribution of gift on daughter's birthday. Value is 1,000. So it is relating to personal, so we have to cancel. Then the SSC carries in a business. That's okay. Next is the interest on loan to purchase a machinery. Here the business has purchased a machinery. For the machinery on a loan, for that interest is paid, means it is taken as allowed business expenses. Proprietor salary is disallowed, right? So proprietor salary amount is 15,000. Next is bad debt is allowed. Reserve for bad debt and reserve for GST disallowed. So reserve for bad debt disallowed, reserve for GST disallowed, income tax disallowed, interest on capital disallowed, municipal tax is taken as a house property and disallowed, LIC premium also disallowed. So if you take all the value, take one by one. So the next one is donation. So donation is 15,000 is given. So before writing donation as a disallowed, there is a adjustment relating to donation. So in the donation, 8,000 is relating to a donation given to trade association to fight against nationalization of the type of business carried on by the SSC. So that is relating to business, so it is taken as allowed. So 8,000 is allowed and it should be recorded on the debit side of profit and loss account, and the remaining 7,000 is given to approved education institution, so that is a value disallowed. So donation, out of donation 15,000, the donation given to trade association, 8,000 is given to trade association, that is allowed. Okay, trade association, 8,000 trade association allowed. So that allowed value we have to deduct, and the remaining how much? 7,000 is given for the educational institution, that is we have to disallow. Then entertainment expenses allowed. Legal charges, there is no additional information about legal charges, so we will take it as allowed. Then additional information, salary over, general expenses over, business on a rented house also over, donation considered. Then depreciation we have to take later. SSC paid 30,000 to a seller in cash, so that is a cash payment exceeding 10,000. Rupees 10,000 to a seller, so it is included in the purchase. So the entire 30,000 is taken as a disallowed. Then this is a adjustment relating to the credit side item. So now there is no other information, so we have to total. So the total is equal to 1,02,600. So if you add, you will get the value is 2,06,700. Next we have to take income to be treated separately. So now we'll write the income to be treated separately one by one. First one is dividend from Indian company, 12,000. Dividend from Indian company, 12,000. Next one is a dividend from foreign company, 8,000. So dividend from foreign company, 8,000. Next is rent received, 36,000. Everything you have to deduct. Profit from smuggling, profit on sale of machinery, interest on bank deposit, and refund of income tax. Excluding the discount, we'll deduct one by one. So dividend from Indian company, dividend from foreign company, rent received is 36,000. Profit from smuggling should not be taken for our calculation of business income. Then profit from sale of machinery, interest on bank deposit, refund of income tax, all these value we have to cancel. So after taking, it will be equal to 77,200. So if you take, it will be equal to 1,29,500. So if you deduct the value, it is equal to 1,29,500. Next we have to deduct allowable expenses not allowed so far. So allowable expenses not allowed so far. Now we have to see the allowable expenses which is not allowed so far. So we'll get in the additional information. So this is not relating to allowable expenses. So there is a one amount depreciation which is allowed as per IT Act is 12,000, which is not recorded on the debit side of profit and loss account. So that is the allowable expenses not allowed so far. So write depreciation allowed as per IT Act. So depreciation allowable as per IT Act only one value, so that is equal to 12,000. So if you take this 12,000, it is equal to 1,17,500 is taken as a business income, taxable business income. There is no other additional information. This is a taxable business income. So next we'll calculate the gross total income, particulars and 2 amount columns. So first is section 15 salary income. So section 15 income from salary will be nil. Next section 22 is relating to house property. So relating to house property, they have given the value of rent received, that is 36,000. So the rent received is taken as a GAV, gross annual value. So that is value is 36,000. From the rent received is municipal tax we have to deduct. Municipal tax paid by who? The Rajeshwari or SSC. So that is the municipal tax given on the debit side is 1,200. So it is for the house property. So 36,000 minus 1,200 is equal to 34,800. So this is the annual value. From annual value, standard deduction at 30% we have to calculate. So that is on annual value 34,800 into 30% is equal to 10,440. Next in the question, if there is a interest on loan paid for a residential house, we have to deduct. So there is no such information, interest on loan. So there is no other deduction. So that 34,800 minus 10,440, that is equal to 24,360 is a taxable income under the head house property. Next section is section 28 is relating to business income. So we have already calculated the taxable portion of business income. So that is equal to 1,17,500. So we'll take inner column 1,17,500 because we have one more income. So here under section 28 along with the business income, there is one more income is taxable which under section 28, that is nothing but the profit from smuggling. So profit from smuggling means it is a business, illegal businesses. From a illegal businesses, this Rajeshwari means Srimati Rajeshwari has gained a profit from a illegal business. So that is also taxable under the head section 28. So here as per income tax, in any kind of income, it might be illegal income, illegal business income or legal business income, whatever might be the, if income is received by SSC, then it is taxable under the head section 28 of business income. It is on that legal or illegal income, SSC has to pay a taxes. So whatever may be the income is earned by SSC is taxable under the head section 28 if it is legal income or legal business income or illegal business income. So this profit from smuggling is an illegal business. From a illegal business, if SSC gains any profit, so that also taxable under section 28. So this profit from smuggling we have to take under the head section 28 separately. Okay. So this one we have to add here, profit from smuggling. So this is a profit she is not getting from this business. It is from other illegal business. This is the income she is receiving from a legal business, and the illegal business income also should be taxed under the head section 28. But we have to take separately. So the illegal business income is 10,000. So the total business income is equal to 1,27,500. Next is section 45 is about capital gain. So under the head capital gain, relating to capital gain, here there is a one amount, that is a profit from sale of machinery is relating to a capital gain income. So here profit from sale of machinery is taken as a short term capital gain. So that is a profit from sale of machinery is taxable under the head capital gain as a short term capital gain. So the value is equal to rupees 5,000. There is no other income under the head capital gain. Next is section 56, income from other source. So under the head section from other source, we will take income one by one. First one is dividend. So dividend income is taxable under the head section 56. So dividend, so there are two dividend from Indian company and dividend from foreign company. So dividend from Indian company is exempt. So SSC, the one who receive a dividend from a Indian company, is not taxable, it is exempt. So it is exempt. Indian company dividend is exempt because Indian company, the company will be paying a tax on the entire income. Again, the dividend after the payment of tax on the company's income, means here out of total income of a company, out of their total income, this company, this is a company's income. On this total income, the company will be paying a tax. Company will be paying a tax. After payment of tax, income after deducting this tax, so the whatever the balance income is left, on that income the dividend is distributed among the shareholders. So here the Miss Rajeshwari has received from a dividend from a company, means she has received this dividend after deducting the tax is already paid by a company. So again, the Rajeshwari, the person, the SSC, the one who receives the dividend, need not pay a tax on that dividend income again. So the dividend from Indian company, it is already tax paid income, so that's why SSC need not pay any tax on that dividend income from an Indian company. So it is exempt in the hands of a SSC, the one who receives the dividend, and the company, the one who pays the dividend, will pay the taxes on that income to the government. So it is already taxed. So again need not pay a tax. SSC need not pay a tax. Then in the case of dividend from foreign company, here the tax will not be deducted while distributing the dividend. So for this income, the SSC has to pay a tax. So the dividend from foreign company, how much? 8,000. On the 8,000 dividend income received by the SSC or a taxpayer or Rajeshwari, so on this income she has to pay a tax. Under section 56 it is included. Then rent is taken under the head house property. Profit from smuggling also consider, it is taken under capital gain. Then interest on bank deposit is taxable under the other source, bank deposits. So the value how much? Rupees 2,000. Next, discount is allowed income to business. Then refund of income tax is not taken as a income from other source. So the total income under the head other source is 8,000 plus 2,000, 10,000. So now if you add the 5 heads of income, it is equal to 1,66,860. It is nothing but gross total income. So GT is equal to 1,66,860. So this is about this illustration. So this is about the illustration number 14. So if you want to write note, you can write. So relating to note, you can write note relating to donation. Donation to trade association is allowed business expenses. And second note, then relating to profit from smuggling. So the profit from smuggling is a income from a illegal business, is taxable under section 28 of a business income. Next, rest of the similar what you learnt in the previous illustration. So this is about this illustration.